to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you
We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Outside. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
On first down, it's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
55. Hey, Alpha. Yo. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey.
Third and long. It's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on third down.
Let's bring it. SOS. Check 31. And 80. Undercut.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And some room to run now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 32-yard line. Darnold completes it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Cousins now from the 50. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Gun. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A toss to Cook. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 32 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play. So
and he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Oh, 80. And 80. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
Back to throw, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Darnold on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Watch twist. Bravo. Ready. Waiting. Shot. Begin.
Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder, 64 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Wide. Get wide.
They run. Cook. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. To throw is Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Henry Anderson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's complete. Abdullah. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action. Cousins going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. And let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right now. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's see what you got. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got it. Right there. Lady. Right there. 54 Mike. I got it. Smooth. Mike, 54 Mike.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 27, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On play action, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
40's a month. Hey, Charlie. Check, he's coming.
Here's Darnold. Man open, here's Crowder. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
40's Mike. I'm coming. Check Mike, 40.
Now Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Get ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Cousins gives way to Cook.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and 10, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Gun.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. And 80. That's what I do. Mike 54, Mike 54. The lady. I'm coming.
A carry here for the big tight end. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
To throw is Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 44 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go one more. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety 50.
Play fake. Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
What we got? Say. Lucky 48. Right there. 54 Mike. Go. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
And some room to work. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 35 on 2nd down, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Right there. 54 Mike. Check Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Check.
From the 22, Darnold. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 27 yards there, a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
Here we go.
From the 50, it's Darnold. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll let their wide receiver take this one. It's Diggs. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Cousins to throw it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Whip. Watch the whip. Kill. No, 80. Check.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch the lady. 54. Danny. Mike's 5'4". You can't block me. Mike's 54.
Now it's Darnold. Going up top. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
From the 36, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a 2nd timeout.